Hey everyone, this is Don Macleay. He's the Green Party candidate running for mayor, and like all the other candidates, has become a friend. Hey, and we're at. Don, tell him where we're at.
Well, this is my home.
Yeah, 40th and Opal over there,
40th
right?
and Opal.
Yeah.
Up above the nail salon is my apartment.
Yeah.
And here's my one residential tenant.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4,
This is all you?
5 commercial tenants. Yeah, there's 2 warehouses and then 3 offices. One of which is operated by myself with East Bay Computer Services.
Nice.
So my commute is literally from upstairs to downstairs.
Now, briefly, tell people how you think this neighborhood has changed, because we got Broadway down over this way, right?
Yeah.
And we've got Telegraph in that direction, so yeah.
And we have the new Temescal neighborhood directly behind you.
Right, that's in that direction.
Well,
Right.
know what it's done for me? I moved here in 2008. It gave me a walk, bike neighborhood lifestyle. I can walk to have my pizza and beer. I can walk to go purchase things. I can walk my kid to school. And like I said, my commute's upstairs, downstairs.
Yeah.
And
I got Bart over in that direction.
I got Bart over in that direction, and Geico was always writing me letters to ask why I don't use any miles of my car. Right over here is the Thunder Road Juvenile Rehabilitation Center, which is pretty interesting since right over there in that orange building is a medical marijuana facility.
Is that right?
And that green...
Next to the laundromat.
The green laundromat where...
They can wash their money. Sorry.
Well, and the green laundromat, you can also buy crack on certain days. The guys set up there in that bench there. In the well, you know, this is Oakland. Yeah, this candidate does not live on Skyline Drive.
Hey, let's go and check out the place.
Let me show you my office.
Okay. You're branding your neighborhood.
We are.
Nice.
And you know what's really funny is that's on the back of Cynthia McKinney signs.
What?
Hey, we're the Green Party. We recycle.
Oh, I don't see her on this side. Oh, well. Oh,
that was Cynthia McKinney's old yard sign.
Interesting. Aha. Oh, that's your business.
My goodness.
Yeah, East Bay Computer Services. Aha. This is not the campaign office, folks. You are virtual, right?
Yeah, the campaign office is virtual, and this is the company office, which is semi-virtual. Most of us do not work in the office. There's 6 people work here.
The computer age.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have our network in the cloud.
Yeah.
We work with smartphones, and I keep both my my company business.
Oh, sorry, because you are the Green Party candidate.
Yes.
So it makes sense that you would do that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we keep both the company and the political campaign on these smartphones.
Wow.
And so Orlando and I use some smartphones, and we've had no need for an office. Green Party has a virtual server that we set up. So have a seat.
You got to see this. Darth Vader and Boba Fett, right?
I think so. My son is a Star Wars fan.
Now I got to ask you, who in the campaign would be Darth Vader?
Actually, I've been going around saying there is no Darth Vader. I don't buy it.
Cool. Really?
Yeah, I don't. I really don't.
Yeah. Well,
I think, I mean, a lot of people want to paint Don Perrotta as Darth Vader.
mm-hmm.
And I just think he's a standard American politician. No real difference than the others. I think, you know, a lot of people are complaining about how much money he spends. I think that's just sour grapes.
Yeah, I think they're all candidates. All the candidates are great people.
Yeah, and, you know, 4 of them are working with the standard paradigm of money and endorsements and politics. And
Well, which 4?
Don Perrotta, Joe Tuman, Rebecca Kaplan, and Jean Kwan.
Yeah.
But they're not guilty of anything more than just using politics as America plays it.
Well, let's talk about you while we're here for a bit. Tell my viewers, because we've done a video before.
Yeah.
How's the campaign going?
Oh, we're having. It's just been great. It's just been really fun.
And I like the way you redid your website, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Cool.
Your influence was
Oh,
felt there.
Thanks.
We decided to go.
I give everybody advice. Some people listen, some don't.
Yeah.
All the candidates have gotten some level of advice from me.
Well, we got your advice. No, we've been using the new media as much as we can. I've run myself ragged just being physically present. We've made sure we have been
30 forums, right?
something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, and
How'd they going for you?
Oh, it's great format for us.
What's your message to the viewer?
Reform.
Yeah.
Governmental reform.
What's wrong with the current Oakland government?
Basically, it's not representative enough.
Mm-hmm.
I have trouble with the way the council districts are drawn. I have trouble with how hard it is to get on council. I would really like to see more grassroots community members have a way to get to council. That should just not be such an impassable barrier. I think we probably have more districts. I think districts should probably look more like the neighborhoods. We could probably pay for it by having a little bit less council staff, and maybe some kind of proportional representation to balance that out. I could see us having maybe 10 district seats and a few proportional seats. That's a very unpopular proposal because if we did have those proportional seats, the Republicans would probably pick up a seat or two.
Question for you. 2 questions. First of all, pension reform. How are you going to solve it? Because we talked about Tuman's controversial plan.
Well, it's not a controversial plan. I don't think it's workable.
Okay.
I don't think numbers add up. I would look to the GM bailout. I mean, I think we should understand this is not an unusual problem. It's a typical American problem. It's going to be all across our state. So it might be that the reality is that Oakland participates in a statewide effort to deal with this. And I'm a union man. So in a certain
He
way,
says proudly.
very proudly. And I'm in many ways sympathetic to the police officers. They cut a deal and they worked that deal, right? Mm-hmm. And, if I was working a job where I had to wear a bulletproof vest, I would probably feel pretty strongly about my pension. Hoping you live to see one. Right? So that said, I got to say that whatever monies have been set aside belong to the members. That's the members' money. The union bureaucrats didn't like it when I told them that at Central Labor Council. The people in government don't like it when I say that, but it's really the members' money from the time we cash that out over. And there might be a way to cash it out on a sliding scale.
Okay. Folks, we took a break, so we're picking up again. Continue that thought.
Well, okay, it's the members' money. So what we have set aside belongs to them first and foremost. So one of the ways we could do this is, and this means working with the union, not imposing it on them,
right,
is to cash them out. At least give them what we got. We might not have set aside the right amount of money, but we can give them what we got. And what we have is a mix of cash and securities and other things like that. So I would say give it back out on a sliding scale. Those who are going to retire soonest would get the most in the way of fixed cash assets. Mm-hmm. And those who are going to retire the furthest out would get the most stocks and securities and whatnot. And give it to them. Stop talking to them about it. Say, it's yours. Give it back to the members. They can put it in their 401k plan. They can do whatever they want with it. But at least give them what we've set aside. And that way we could start with a new plan that would be pay as you go. And at least we could give them the fairest deal we can. I really don't want to go bankrupt. I don't want to impose a settlement. I don't think any of those things are reasonable or fair. And I don't want to play the blame game. And I think the way GM and Ford and whatnot restructured maybe should tell us something about what we shouldn't do in benefits, and also tell us how we can get out of a mess like this. The restructuring of the big three, it should be an important economic event for Americans right now. So, would you like to go upstairs? I'll show you my home.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Cool. Yeah. This is a UCLA Cup. I went to Cal. What the heck are you doing, man?
Well, my son wanted to go to UCLA. He didn't get in.
Where'd he go?
He's going to Davis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They got killed by Oregon, 60-13. The Bruins suck, man.
That's basketball?
Football too.
Okay, well, you guess by the numbers and the scores.
Yeah, all right.
60 is kind of high for a football game, I believe.
Hey, they blew them out.
Yeah, the only sports I end up going to is A's games, because I just love going to games.
Yeah.
And my younger son is a fan of Cal women's basketball.
Ah, good choice.
And we go to Cal women's basketball.
What about the Raiders?
Games. I haven't been to a football game since I was 12.
Get to a Raiders game.
Yeah, I'll have to.
Mr. Mayor.
Well,
Would be
like me
mayor?
mayor, I'll go to the game. And it won't give Al Davis a thing. I promise.
Onward.
Let's go.
Okay, cool. Huh, cool.
So this is the communal area. All the businesses share this kitchen and set of bathrooms and stuff like that. Here, I'll show you my workshop.
Cool.
Here. I used to be an industrial machinist. Now I'm a guy with a hobby shop. And then we'll kill the alarm. See that?
I see a lot of bikes. Wow.
Yeah, we park and work on our bicycles here.
Wow.
And I work on the building out of this place.
Huh.
You know, here we've got the stuff to get up on the roof, and we got welding equipment to work on the fences, and carpentry stuff to work on the various parts. I have an electric shop in there.
Yeah.
So basically all the unlicensed work in the building I do myself or with a handyman.
Wow. So you're used to employing people. So you understand first, right? Basically.
I've been employing people since I was about 25.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to run a school. I did a lot in Nicaragua where
How is that going to translate to Oakland's economy if you're mayor?
Well, I know the small business sector.
Yeah.
I'll have to depend on advisors for some of the other business sectors, which I also consider important, but I know the small business sector pretty well. And I also know what it's like to work in government service, to run a small government agency, to run an outpost, stuff like that. So that, that would put me in touch with about 60% of the economy.
What about this parking issue? Since you
get me in trouble. Nothing got me in more trouble with Green Party people than talking about the parking issue.
Why? Heck, they all own cars.
We do. But what was really not understood, and I think I've eventually got people to understand it, was those measures, the ones passed by City Council, did not do anything to give people a public transit alternative. It
Right.
was simply victimizing people to raise money.
Right.
And then when we discovered that groups like Pueblo consider the hauling away of cars of poor people and the impound lots and stuff like that to basically be a human rights issue that victimizes the poor, victimizes illegal immigrants.
Especially since the city had said that they weren't going to do draconian parking in the hills, right?
Yeah, and then they also said they were going to give us some feedback. And the thing that they said that was the funniest was, if you're going to stop raising money this way, how do you replace it? So I simply asked them, how much money?
Yeah.
I still haven't had an answer to that.
How do you explain to people looking for a job but need a car that we have to have these laws? Or do you? Because that's lost in this. I mean, this economy is so bad, and yet people's cars have been taken away from them.
I mean, these are, and we're taking away the cars of poor people.
Who need jobs.
Yeah, who gets trapped up in the few $100s, the fines and everything causes them to end up having their car impounded and taken away is not people like me.
Right.
I can afford the $500 zinger if it ever happens.
Yeah.
And the people who need
Heck,
to
I could afford it too. I didn't want to pay the city twice.
Yeah. But the thing is people don't really have those choices. That we do not have the transit infrastructure we should. And I think instead of penalizing people who have, who need a car to get to work, we should be doing things like putting a moratorium on building any more roads and tell our transit agencies that we're not going to cooperate with anything that's not mass transit.
Is that what you're going to do as mayor? Or are you talking about a policy thing?
No.
Okay.
Not only as mayor, but if I don't win as mayor, I'm going to continue to campaign for this. I do not think we should cooperate with anything that is not mass
What
transit.
about a parking initiative? Because you and I will start working on
Yeah, we were
that.
talking about a parking initiative, and I don't see anything in the way current parking enforcement does anything to help transit or to help business. So that's a lose-lose situation, and I'd like to see it scrapped. And like I said, we still need to know how much money they're making.
Now I'm going to ask you the same question I asked all the candidates I asked you before. What kind of mayor's office are you going to have? And my other question within that is, what are you going to do about the morale of the City of Oakland worker? Because everyone talks about policy, but the bottom line is that
It's about people.
yeah,
It's about
and you're going to
people.
be judged by how how you handle your people and how you meet people and everything else.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and should be. For what I know, a lot of them. I've been working with the city in business development, small business stuff, and crime prevention, and various other areas as a volunteer, as a local business person for a decade now.
Yeah.
And I'm very familiar with the poisonous atmosphere. The first thing I would do is give them like glasnost, freedom to speak. The first and foremost, what the people in the city government need to have is the right to speak without repercussions. So I would lay down some rules saying so that people like you could talk to a city worker, get them to honestly speak about the problems they face in the city and not being afraid of their job or their career. That would go a long ways right there. And the other ways that you would show leadership is basically trying to pay close attention to the welfare of the people that you work with and to help them succeed. And there's just that we should have nobody working for the city where the mayor's office is not trying to help them succeed at their job. And that sounds silly, but sounds obvious.
Right.
But I don't think that that has been translated into the kind of the go-get-em constituent service. I talk a lot about how the public should treat the government with constituent service, but the employees of the city should think of the mayor's office as where they go when the bureaucracy is frustrating them.
Now, question.
Yeah.
What kind of office are you going to have? In other words...
A physical office?
Yeah, organizational structure.
Oh, organizational structure.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to keep a lot of the fundraising and whatnot that Ron Dellum's been doing. So, I was asked the other day if I would reduce the size of the mayor's office. I probably won't. I think there's a lot of people in there doing really good work. I'd like to see the mayor's office on jobs, the mayor's office on parolee recidivism, those kinds of outreach efforts he's been doing. Like to see them going.
Now, how much smaller does a mayor's office need to be? When I worked for Elihu, we had 27 policy advisors. That was pretty big. The current mayor's office is like, I think, 10 people. So reducing it to what, skeleton?
Yeah, and I don't know how much we need policy advisors like that when we have town council. I really think the mayor should work with council more. And, we elect policy advisors in the city. That said, those positions could be filled maybe in better ways. I would see the mayor's job as being kind of the city ombudsman, the city advocate, reaching out to the business community and being there for them when they have problems.
How will you handle the citizens? In other words, what kind of plans are you going to have to meet the citizens of Oakland? Some people have office hours, some people have this. So what are you going to do?
Oh, I'm going to go on a full-fledged campaign. If I win this election, I'll have to rearrange my childcare custody schedule so that I can attend council meetings, which I will attend everyone. And then my weekends and evenings that I don't have my kid are just going to belong to the city of Oakland. I think that
You want to talk about your family for a second? Tell them who you are. You want to talk about your family for a second? You mentioned your kid, yeah.
I have two boys. One goes to Davis. The other one goes to Oakland Public School. I'd rather not give their names because they deserve a little bit of privacy in this life. And they're kind of the center of my life. Raising them is the main thing I do.
Yeah.
And like I said, even if I'm mayor, my time with my 7-year-old, sacrosanct, right? My time without my 7-year-old, the city of Oakland can burn me out. And I'll be very happy to do it. It can't be any more than campaigning. But I would consider being mayor going on campaign again. Leftovers from making signs.
Oh. It's from the famous outdoor video I saw that's on your site, right?
And we got...
Tell them what your site is. It's Don...
Macleayformayor.org.
Okay, yeah.
And Macleay is MACLEAY, the number 4, mayor.org.
Is that Irish?
My family says it's Scott.
Scottish, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So this is very interesting. We got sold these wires by somebody who was going to provide them to one of the more mainstream campaigns.
Yeah.
And he got very upset with the way the Oscar Grant protest was handled, and he came over and gave them to us very cheap.
Hey, so wrapping up, what do you want the citizens of Oakland... Oh, go ahead. Sorry, going upstairs first. Oh, okay. we're taking his commute with him, folks. This is his commute up those stairs.
That's a good thing. Your bag is heavy.
You asked to carry it, so hey, you insisted. I can do both.
Walk upstairs.
Yeah.
Welcome to the home.
Oh, this is really cool. This is the upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kitchen. Very
That's
nice.
a typical kitchen for a single dad.
Yeah.
Wash the clothes right while I'm doing the food.
Council district's place. Yeah. Kind of a corner office here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Got the
I end up doing
corner
a lot
there.
of work sitting right here at this table with my laptop.
You can see what's happening on 40th.
Yeah.
See the action.
Watch people sell dope.
Yeah. That's your nighttime entertainment, huh?
No, not really.
Did you collecting
But we
stuff
do
up
keep
here?
an eye
That's
on it.
interesting.
What? Oh yeah, it's family stuff. I had a unusual number of people pass away in the last 4 years.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, it's, they were elder and all. So I ended up with a lot of family things.
Yeah. Hey, so as we close, your message to the people of Oakland as candidate for mayor.
Me as the best candidate. Boy, one of the things I haven't done a lot in this campaign is talk myself up because I get really sick of the way it sounds. You want to sit down?
Sure.
I hear a lot of BS, frankly. Everybody's talking about how great they are. And I just find it a turn off. So I haven't done much of it. What you would like about me as mayor, if you elected me, would be the hands-on campaign. I would do two things. Mayor wants to do all kinds of things. You got to get them through council. You got to get them through the county and the state. It's just not as easy as people like to say in their proposals. What you can do, though, is get out with the people. And I would think of the mayor's job as a leadership job. So if you're happy that Dellums is never to be seen, I'm the wrong guy to vote for. But it's a question of what you value. And if you value that kind of reach out to everybody, hands-on, ethical team leading, that's what I think I could really provide. I have a real background in that kind of stuff. I've worked in a lot of diverse situations. I've managed some very different things. And this would be a new challenge, but it would also be, it'd be the job I'd love.
Hey, Don, it's a great way to close. Thanks for the tour
Thank you.
and the hospitality.